Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to WolfQuest, the Haunted One, with Willow. So we are here with the Stormcloud 47 male that absolutely adores Willow. As I was setting up this, I literally was just kind of watching him run around her, and he always came up to her and then look at her just so dotingly. You could just tell that he loves her. Like, even right now, even though he's like in that mound of snow, he's still watching over her and looking over her. He really loves her so much. And I put all of your name suggestions into a wheel picker and spun, and I got Amore, which means love. And that was suggested by Mystical, so congratulations, Mystical. The wheel picker has chosen your name, and Stormcloud 47 is now Amore. I'm very excited that he got that name. I think it was so perfect for this male's attitude, for his doting love over Willow. Perfect. He's so pretty too. Oh my goodness. But now we need to find a den for the pups. Here's the thing. I still need to roll for two things. One, to see which Willow is in control. Two, what difficulty we're going to play on. It's going to be really interesting if I roll and it's the dead Willow. We'll probably have to do a sequence of rolls if it is her to have Amore convince her to take territory with him and look for dens. Hopefully she just doesn't freak out. We'll see what happens. So I rolled a 1. A 1 is an odd number. I said odd numbers belong to the dead Willow, whereas even numbers belong to the alive Willow. This means that the dead Willow will take control. I can't imagine how she's feeling, considering she was a pup when she died. Willow is very pregnant, as you can see. I'm sure that is going to be a bizarre feeling for the dead Willow, and she's not really going to know what to do with herself. I'm going to go ahead and roll for today's difficulty, and then we'll decide how this is going to go based on some die rolls. Fortunately, I did roll a 2, so we aren't challenging and not accurate today. That should help a little bit. It would have been so bad if we were inaccurate. So first, the dead Willow is going to look around and see this other wolf there and kind of walk away. You can see he's trying to tempt her to play right now. I don't think he really knows what's going on just yet, but he has a feeling, since Willow did explain that she has been possessed by her dead cousin. So she's just kind of walking right now, not really sure what to do, and she doesn't understand why this male is following her. So at this point, and I know I have no idea why the music is being weird right now. At this point, Willow is trying to listen to Amore. She's kind of afraid because she doesn't really understand what's going on. And so he's going to attempt to talk to her, and this is where I'm going to roll. We're going to roll to see if the dead Willow listens. I'm using percentile dice. If I roll above a 50%, she will listen. Below that, she's just gonna kind of wander around and do what she wants. This is such a weird way to play, but this is kind of awesome. You guys should try this. Wow. Okay, I rolled an 85, so that's really, really high. I'm glad to say that dead Willow is going to listen to Amore. Amore is going to understand now that this is what alive Willow was talking about, saying, I'm possessed by my cousin. He's realizing this is the cousin. So the way that he's going to talk to her is very similar to an older child, by saying, we need to find a den to be safe. We need a home, explaining, I'm a friend, and that it's not safe out here with the snows and predators, so they need to look for a den. So now, dead Willow is going to be confused. She has been able to possess a live Willow quite a few times. I would like to say that dead Willow at least has an understanding that her father is gone, but I'm not entirely sure if she understands whether she shares a body with a live Willow or not. So another roll, we're going to roll to see if possibly Teo had the foresight to realize what was going on, and if he ever talked to dead Willow while she was in control. I rolled a 39%. Because of that roll, I'm going to say that a lot of the possession didn't happen until Willow was a bit older, or simply that when it did happen, it was infrequent, and Teo didn't really notice or pick up on it because with Willow being a pup, he just thought that was his Willow. I think now that she's older, it's becoming more frequent. It's becoming harder to control. And so now dead Willow is finding herself in control more often, but without others to really explain what's going on. I believe dead Willow has enough understanding to know that she doesn't remember a lot that has happened. She has been able to see herself and the reflection of water and realize that she doesn't look or feel like she used to, but she can't explain why. So Amore, picking up on her confusion and maybe a little bit of fear, is going to take it very slow with this Willow and just give her a task. We need to find a den to keep you safe. Now I'm gonna roll to see if Willow will obey. I rolled a 72%. I'd say that's pretty good. That's definitely over 50. It's not quite 75, which was where I wanted it, but it's so close. I'm gonna say she does obey, but she's very nervous. She doesn't feel confident about it. And so since Amore was kind of pointing that way and now he's beckoning her to follow him, she's going to kind of go in this direction and see if she can't take some territory, and he's explaining to her how to do it, saying, this is what keeps you safe. And she might mention something like, I remember Dad doing that. When I was really young, he would walk around the den and he would do these things. And now Amore is going to say, yes, you're doing this just like your dad did. And with him saying that, she's going to be a little more excited, but she's still skeptical. So now as she's taking her first piece of territory on her own, Amore is watching her saying, you're doing good, you're doing great, just like this. And so it's cool because instead of taking on the role of a mate or a lover, he's almost taking on the role of a teacher right now, which is smart. And you can see he's just watching over her, encouraging her, you're doing just right. This is exactly what you're supposed to do. This is going to be such a very interesting relationship that they have, but I'm really proud of Amore and he seems happy. I just realized we may not get to pups in this episode simply for the fact that I want to make sure to tell the story of how the relationship between the dead Willow, who's only known puphood, and this male that is in love with the Willow who's alive is going. So dead Willow sees these elk and she is very intrigued, and Amore is tempted to hunt, but he's also trying to stay away, realizing this may not be such a good idea. And see there, even though technically game-wise, I think Amore was maybe trying to go after that elk, it looked like he ran at the female to chase her away, but he's staying with the dead Willow. So he knows somewhere that this Willow is not ready for hunting yet and is trying to protect her. He's taking on a teacher, a educator, a trainer even type role with the dead Willow, which is good. I'm glad to see that. But even in situations like hunting, he's trying to protect her because he knows that he has to protect her in order to protect the Willow he loves. And now the two are very, very tired. Amore laid down encouraging them to sleep. This is not always the best idea. I will tell you, through playing the game, it is really, like, it's not good to sleep when you're trying to take territory, because all it does is allow the other packs to take territory while you're sleeping. But I'm not just playing a game, I'm telling a story. I'm gonna do something a little bit new. I know I haven't done it in the last couple of episodes, but I think it could make it a little more intriguing. What if every time they sleep, no matter who it is, there's a 10% chance that the other one takes back over? And like I said, I haven't done that in the last couple of episodes, but I think I want to implement that maybe the other one is fighting really, really hard to get back in control. Both of them equally are fighting, and there's a 10% chance it will happen. So I'm going to roll, but I have to roll above 90%. That's going to be a hard roll. So it's a really low chance, but there's still a chance. I rolled a 75, so that's not quite enough, but that's still a high roll. So Willow, who's alive inside of her own body, but still not in control of the consciousness of this body. She is clawing her way out, but she just can't get it. So now that they're awake, they're going to continue, and Willow is still following Amore's lead. Oh my. So there's a carcass here. It looks like all there is a fox, so Willow's not afraid of a fox. Thank goodness. It's just a fox and not a coyote. But what a lucky find! So Willow actually gets to eat, and Amore is eating as well, giving her a little bit of space. He's very delicate with her, but also encouraging, and I think I like to see that. Look at him! He's just watching her so carefully! Oh, these two are precious! What in the heck am I looking at right now? What is this? What's really going on at BCE? Wait, is this all the lore? Is this where I find all the lore? Buy one, get one free burgers. Nothing to eat or drink after starting at midnight? With a creepy face? There's a dog. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, I didn't want to be this close. What's up with Moose? Who does Mayor know? The Lost River Wolf Recovery Project, I love that. Can Ashley be trusted? You mean the cat? Who is this guy really? And why is he in a chicken suit? Moon cycles. What do we have, a werecat going on? What is going on? Why are they tracking? Need more info. Animal weirdness. This is insane. Oh my gosh, y'all. And there's also just like a den here. I don't know, Amore. I don't know if I want to howl in here. I think Willow is having a field day. She's like, what is this? This is so cool. It smells like the stuff Dad brought home. And then there's just a den right there. We could just live there. But I was actually out here because I was looking for a question mark I had found. I don't care what anybody says. That is not a snowshoe. There is nothing about that that says snowshoe. That is a clown shoe. Who lived here? And why did they dress as a clown? Or was a clown stalking whoever lived here? I'm just gonna leave that there. Oh, wow. So this is kind of cool. This tree den looks very similar to the tree den that Aspen had during the time that the dead Willow was alive when she was a puppy. They were in the den that was really close to Junction Butte, but it has a very similar look to this. And I wonder if dead Willow would feel really at home in a den like this. I'm sure she's thought about it. I also think that she would prefer a den that doesn't smell like coyotes. And this is specifically a wolf den, so she's gonna feel far more comfortable here anyway, especially since it looks like her old den. I wonder how Willow feels right now looking at this very strange place. She was just a puppy when she passed, so of course she was never gonna see anything like this anyway because she didn't have a very long life. But now, even with the mind of a pup still, she's looking at this in wonder, and she can smell hints of the items that her father would bring back to the den. The smell of humans. She's getting that scent, and it's reminding her of her dad. And she misses her dad, and she doesn't really know what happened. I think somewhere she knows her dad is gone because she hasn't seen him in a long time, but she still doesn't quite understand. But seeing this and getting those smells of the items that Aspen would bring, she's gonna check this out. Another really cool wolf den. This one overlooks the city. I love this one. And I think that Willow might like it too. The dead Willow, that is. I don't like this. Personally, I'm not actually afraid of clowns. They just make me uncomfortable, but I'm not terrified of them. Like, I could walk up to a clown and hug them, but it would definitely give me the heebie-jeebies. So yeah. This is terrifying, but it is another den option. If y'all didn't know, you can sleep underneath the bridge that goes into the carnival with the clown head. This is so cool. The devs did such a good job, even though I get so sad that my FPS plummets in this map because of how big it is and just how poorly optimized the game is currently. That doesn't mean it'll always be that way. You can just see the love that they put into this map, and it's amazing. And if any of the devs ever watch this, which I doubt, but if they do, y'all are doing a great job. If y'all can get this better optimized so that more computers can handle this game, if it's even possible, that would be great, because more people need to see the beauty and the love that you put into this game. Yes, guys, I found the old truck den. Oh my gosh, when the first news about the Lost River update came out and I saw the truck den, I was like, I want to live under an old truck. I don't know why that was so important to me, but just the rusty look of this old truck for some reason gives me some random nostalgia that I never had. But this just the coziness of it, I don't know, it's just so awesome. I really want to stay at this den at some point. I don't know if it makes sense for our story with the Willows, but I'm hoping one day, just for my own playthrough, I get to stay at this den. I love it so much. Maybe in my past life I like had an old truck or something, I don't know. I think I've always found them really really interesting. Maybe something I would even own, just an old rusty truck, like a really old one, like really, really old. Oh, another tree den. Now I can't remember, did they say they would do some root dens in this, or are they saving that for the saga? I can't actually remember. I literally answered my own question 2 seconds later. This is beautiful. This is stunning. I love this den. Oh my gosh. Even though it's a coyote den, which the past Willow would not like, I love this. I would love to stay here. This is amazing. And the whole tree. Oh my gosh. The devs did good. The devs did good. Oh, y'all. I didn't really think this through. So the current Willow knows that they are a part of the Snagglefang pack because Aspen was a part of the Snagglefang pack. But our alive Willow, who's not in consciousness right now, is the Ovarian pack. That is so rough. It almost feels wrong to use either. So I think instead, I'm gonna come up with a name that Amore might suggest that fits them together. So this took a lot of thought and a lot of research to figure out what I wanted to name this pack, since we are now in a new place. And I don't know that Willow, either Willow, belongs to either of the packs anymore. And so Amore is going to think kind of hard about what to call their pack, and think about Willow, the Willow that he loves as a mate, and the Willow that he wants to help, possibly find peace, or at least be a good steward of the living Willow's body. So he is going to call this pack the Astral Pause Pack. So astral refers to usually the stars, or sometimes the astral plane is referred to as a place like heaven, or a place where spirits may walk and tread upon. And so I thought astral was very fitting, but I needed something a little bit more. I thought about astral walkers, but I had a really hard time saying that over and over and over again. I kept, like, my tongue kept tripping over itself. So I'm like, okay, I need something that's a little easier to say. Astral paws is what came to mind. So they are the Astral Paws pack. It is now spring, and the Willow, who is currently in possession of this body, is feeling a little bit of pain. And she's not really sure what's happening to her, and she's scared. Amore is very excited. He knows what's going on, but this Willow doesn't want to move because she's terrified. She doesn't like that she's in pain. She's whining a little bit and crying out. She's not really sure what to do. Amore is trying to tell her it's all right. We just need to get to a den. We need to go. Something very important is going to happen. Something that needs to happen soon and in a safe place. And he's really trying to encourage her to go. But all she really wants to do is lay down. She says, I can't move. I don't want to move. This hurts. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to roll. I'm going to roll once to see if the other Willow can take control of this Willow's body. I have to roll above a 75%. If I don't roll above 75%, then I'm going to have to roll for her to be convinced. So here we go. I rolled 97%. So Willow, a live Willow, is fighting. She is clawing at the consciousness of her own body to try and gain control. And she does. The other Willow gives in to her, not really wanting to feel the pain. Luckily, she didn't have to fight too hard, but now she is in control and she is going to give Amore love. They're going to have a moment together and then she's going to feel it. She's going to feel the contractions. She's going to feel that something is happening. And now she knows that she must find a den. She is going to go to the closest den that she can smell, and they are gonna have puppies. So Willow is still a worshiper and believer of Eartha, the goddess of life. And so she's gonna name this den Among Her Roots in hopes that Eartha will bless her litter. And it's time to find out how many pups we're gonna have. So I do want to pick youthful prowess. I think that that would fit Willow really, really well. She's young. She's ready to get out there and have her pups. She's excited about these pups, and I think she should also have fun parents. She's pretty healthy and she has good stamina. It's just that she's not very fast, which is a little bit scary, but I'm hoping that they can still catch up to prey because I'm going to give her strength instead. And that way, even though she's got a -2 in speed, being very, very slow, she's stronger, she's healthier, and she can last a little bit longer. Let's see how many pups we're gonna have in advance to age 3. Oh, we've got 5 little babies! 1 female! We only have 1 little girl? That's okay. We got 4 strong boys. Let's go ahead and see them. There's 1 little boy. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at you. There's another little boy. And another little boy. There's our little girl. And then the exact replica of Dad is 4M. Oh my goodness. And Amore howls, the pride of seeing his pups born overtaking him. And he bellows his pride into a howl. Willow, a live Willow, who's now in control of her own body, cannot help but just be dazzled by these pups. She is taken by the love that is just emanating all over her. This is what she wanted. And being possessed by her cousin has not changed her desires, and her desires have still become a reality. She's afraid, she's terrified even, that the other Willow could cause problems for her pups, but it doesn't matter right now because she loves these pups and she wants to be with them. It is so beautiful out here. What a beautiful spot to den. This is stunning. And as the fog rolls in, Willow gets a little nervous, so she's gonna get her pups just to go back in the den while she makes sure there's no predators around. Being maybe a little too cautious, but she is a new mom. She also doesn't want them to grow cold. They're just fresh out of the den, finally, after a few weeks of being inside with her. But now she can rest a little bit easier knowing they can come out of the den. There's a whole new set of dangers in the world, but she's confident that she can be a good mom if she can just keep control. Well, that's all the time I have for this episode, which means we're gonna have to name pups in the next episode. Please don't leave name suggestions in this episode. I'm pulling names from the last one. If you're new and you want to give me new names, go to the last episode of the Haunted One and leave a comment there. I will be making a wheel picker with all of the name suggestions, and I will be spinning the wheel to decide because there are so many names. I think there's already 45 comments on the last episode because I had to pull names from it for Amore. So just leave a comment there. If you're new and you want to leave name suggestions, I think that's awesome. Welcome to the fam. I hope you hit the subscribe and the like button. But leave the name suggestions there. That way I don't miss you, because if you leave them in this comment section, I'm gonna miss it. I'm only gonna look in the last episode. Okay, enough of that. I hope y'all liked this episode. Pups, what are you doing? No! Go back inside. I know you're hungry. Look at Amore. He's like, oh, she's taking care of her pup. She's doing such a good job. Anyways, if y'all liked this episode, tickle and poke that like button, subscribe to join our family if you haven't already, and jingle the bell to get notified of when I post WolfQuest videos or any other videos on the channel. Also, feel free to join Discord or follow me on Twitch. Both of those are in the description below. I love you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week for puppy names. Bye, everybody.